Insurance and financial advisor Craig Gussin. Good morning, Craig. Good to see you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Great.
So let's talk about this. Your office has been inundated with some phone calls and emails from business owners who are not exactly sure what to do with some of their employees that are starting to come back to work. And a lot of that depends on whether they're coming back full-time, part-time, and then the employees are a whole nother subject. So can you give us sort of a rundown of the major scenarios that you're seeing and the message you want to give to business owners?
Of course. So if an employer is going to start bringing back employees, the question is, are you bringing them back part-time or full-time? If you're bringing them back part-time, they still may not qualify for the group health insurance because your company may only offer health insurance to full-time employees. So that's the first part. Some of my employers who have furloughed employees are saying, I'm going to bring them back 20 hours a week and bring back the laid off people 20 hours a week so everybody's, on the same. The problem with that is the furloughed employees may lose their health insurance because they're not back 30 hours. So what we're seeing is, in that case, the furloughed employees are working 30 hours, the laid off are working 20 hours. The laid off employees, if they come back full time, or at least 30 hours a week, they're saying to their employers, well, I want to keep my Covered California plan because it's a lot less money than what it's going to cost me through you. And the employees don't understand that you cannot get a subsidy if you're getting the opportunity to buy your health insurance or have health insurance through your employer. So it's just a lot of education. I sometimes feel like I'm a therapist because it's getting them to understand that, here's what you can and can't do. And a lot of times we have to deal with the employees because the employee thinks that the employee doesn't know what he or she's talking about. So that part is one end. The other is the employers who still, some of the restaurants and bars are going, okay, I'm going to start bringing people back, but they're only all going to be working part-time. So I can't afford the health insurance anymore. I paid it through May. What can I do? And so we're looking at a net end where the employees are all going on Covered California, getting a subsidy based on what we project their income. And that's the whole key. Because if you project if the employee says, I'm going to make so much money this year, and then 3 months from now they're working full-time and they make a lot more money, they may owe back some of the subsidy money to the state. And at that point, we just want them to be aware of it. So a lot of it's just education, making sure the employer understands when they're bringing back employees what to know, and for the employees to understand what's the risk and what do you need to do. We're getting a lot of questions regarding, well, my kids can't work. I can't work because my kids are at home. What do I do? I have a family member who has a COVID-19 I'm taking care of. What do I do? And there's some FMLA laws that are in effect for all groups so that if that happens, the employee can take time off work and still get paid. So there's a lot of education that we're giving to the employer on what to do and not to do. And what I recommend to all your viewers are, when in doubt, reach out to your health insurance agent. The San Diego Association of Health Underwriters is an organization of health insurance agents, and we're doing webinars probably 2, 3, 4 days a week, learning more and more about what are the insurance companies offering and changing to make it easier and better for the employer and also the employee. So reach out to them. We're all here to help you, educate you, and just make sure that you keep your health insurance as long as you can and get the plan that you need, knowing that, look, everything's going to change probably January 1 because open enrollment starts again January 1. A lot of group plans will renew the end of the year at January 1. So for the next 6 months, let's talk about what it is you really need. And then, again, with that, a lot, if a woman's pregnant, she's going to have a baby, does she really want to change that plan? So a lot of it's the education process and working with them so they understand. We're doing it every day. We know what to look for and what to ask. If you're an employee or an employer, you're trying to get your business up and running.
Right, and it certainly sounds very situational, so you bottom lined it for everybody in a lot of those scenarios you covered, but you really want to get in touch with your insurance agent and find out what's best for you, especially if you could be in a situation where you owe back some of that subsidy money if you're under Covered California, because you certainly want to plan ahead for that and not be hit with it blindsided. Craig, you hit all the big points for us. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And just, I think one of the things I always try and mention to people is understand that it costs you nothing to use a health insurance agent. We get paid from the insurance companies, just like the doctors and hospitals do. So it's not like it's going to cost you money. We're here to help you and educate you, and it's so important now more than ever. So
Yeah.
appreciate your time, and good to see you guys.
Thank you. Good to see you too. Thanks, Craig. Stay
Take care.
safe.